'Tis the season to be crankless, la 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 la. Cranksky, cranksky, crank, 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 crank. Are you cranking movie mad? Crank, 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 crank. Jason Statham, crank, 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 crank. Hello, and welcome to Are You Movie Mad, a podcast in which I ask that perpetual titular question to the now burping Johnny Ellis.
Hello.
I'm Andrew Jones.
Burp.
No,
I do not burp.
you have no holes of which to let gas come out. You're perfect in every way. And we celebrate you this Crankmas Day.
I'm looking forward to this one because
Happy Cranksgiving,
it's
Johnny.
Happy Cranksgiving, Andrew.
Yeah.
I always find with Jason Statham,
Yeah.
it's hard to decide who else is going to be in films with him.
Well, I mean, these this does spoil it because it also has someone else build on top of
Can
it.
I look?
I will show it to you in a second once
Okay.
I quickly ask, are you familiar in any way with what crank is?
No,
The
I
drug.
don't know why it's called Crank.
Do you know who made it?
No.
Do you,
I know nothing.
do you know that this year it's its 10th anniversary?
Yes.
This beautiful first feature film, Crank, is now 10 years old, which means it's full of what?
10 years old, full of... I don't know.
Full of the noughties. Nostalgia for the noughties. Including what was really exciting for when I first wanted to watch it. It has the lead singer of my then favourite band as an actor in it. So look out for them when I hand you the Blu-ray, the German extended version. In
The lead
Steelbook.
singer of your favourite band.
My then favourite
Your then
band.
favourite
Have to
band.
specify that they changed over the course of that year.
Is he an actor?
Mm-mm.
And
That
is
is
he
a
next
negative.
build?
No.
Oh, right, okay. Amy Smart.
Amy
Smart. Who the hell is Amy Smart?
No, the Road Trip, Rat Race.
God, I haven't seen Rat Race in years.
Life is nothing.
Ooh.
Life is nothing but a fat rat race.
So who... Robbie Williams, is it? Ooh, and 18.
18 in Germany. That's how... Very few things get 18 in Germany. You know, you can watch, Gaspar Knows Love is like a 12.
Sex, Fury, Stress,
There are words on the steelbook in the background, all in English,
Anger, Fear, Panic,
behind Jason Statham,
Fury, Risk.
who is standing there holding a gun.
Yeah.
And like last week's movie, there's also a helicopter in the Blu-ray picture. Still getting a buzz. Johnny's getting a text message. I'll read it out on air. No Cranksmas. I see, no
It's just
Cranksmas.
another booking for my services.
Might as well face it, you're booking for services. Are you going to go and...
Am I going to BFI tomorrow because Michael C. Hall is there doing a Q&A? But Kermode's not there, so I'm not going tomorrow. I'm going the day after tomorrow.
But if you go tomorrow, you'll get to watch the 4K restoration of The Man Who Fell to Earth, which is a 2-hour and 25-minute piece of shit.
Oof.
Mm.
I did see
Imagine having to make a trailer for that. It must have been the most impossible job in the world. Yes, it was. Thank you for asking.
it got picked up by people. It was on news sites I saw.
Sure, of course, because it's Bowie.
Yeah.
David Bowie gets everywhere, even in your filthy hair. David Bowie,
So,
masquerading as a man.
Alright, so
Jason Statham,
let me see what I can...
Cranksgiving.
Let me see what I can translate.
Ooh, you don't know German?
No,
Oh,
Chev
just send it to
Chelios.
Chev
I don't
Chelios.
know what that translates to.
Chev Chelios. Can I read it for you? Let's see what we can do here. Chev Chelios entschloss sich, seinen Job als Austerkiller an den Nagel zu hängen, mit seiner Frau der Eve ein neues Leben zu beginnen.
Spoiled the whole thing for
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
Honestly.
That's some German, don't read it all.
No need to watch it now. Because I know
Nein.
exactly what's going to happen.
Ja! My name is Jeff Chelios. I'm German.
Right, so inside, you've got him in a hospital robe.
Gown.
And he's, hospital gown, rather. And I don't know who that is.
But who?
Let's
What's
be
he got in the hot?
He's got a gun.
He's got a gun?
And
Jason
he's
Statham got a
holding-
gun?
And he's holding someone down, but
Oh,
I don't
no.
know who that is.
So what can you guess?
There's nothing on the back of the
No,
Blu-ray, just so everyone's aware.
There's a movie on the back of the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
In high definition.
But yeah, I honestly don't know what to expect. It's in LA.
Right.
Because you mentioned that
I
before.
did.
And there's American cop cars.
Cool.
But yeah, I think I don't even know where to begin with predictions.
Fade in. Chev Chelios just standing there, staring at the camera.
Is it going to...
Welcome to Crank. My name's Crank.
Is it going to maybe start...
Merry Cranksgiving.
28 days later, and David Woodruff's him in the hospital. And he doesn't know where he is and what he's...
It's Kirsty, get in. Parole officer.
Yeah.
Let's get Kirsty in.
But,
No, nothing.
No. What's that from?
The parole officer.
No. Not seen it.
Okay. Well, every time I watched saw the opening of The Walking Dead, was it Don't Open Dead Inside?
Yeah.
It was always like, Don't Dead, Open Inside. Because that's the same joke, but that was made in 2001.
Oh, what's that?
It's Get Kirsty In.
Oh, right.
Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
In a feature film that I think is quite good. No one else notices.
Is that coming soon?
It'll have to be.
Okay.
Because I like it.
But for now, Cranksgiving, he's wearing a lovely black suit.
Is it black?
Yeah, with a red shirt, I think.
Or is it just coloured?
It could be
Just
coloured.
stylised, because it's all very orange.
Yeah. It does... I don't know how to feel about this.
I could have brought in my English DVD so you can read the thing, but I'm happy that we just stick with you having complete inability to read German. Like your GCSEs. What did you study for your language in GCSE? With French.
Spanish.
Oh, okay. You went advanced.
Is that advanced?
Yes. Well, in our school, it was like, well, you take Spanish. If you're doing well in one of the other languages and you want to do that instead, you can fuck off to the Spanish class, you twat.
I wasn't
No,
able to...
only if you're French. Only if you're doing French, you're going to do Spanish. German, you had to fight for it because Germany is more important than France.
I would have liked to
Germany!
learn German. We didn't do German in my school, but I would have liked to learn German.
Germany, overall.
Because I know how to say hello in German. I've seen it in all the movies.
Hallo.
Heil Hitler.
Das ist sehr gut.
That's how they
Prima.
greet.
Ja.
You have to click the toes. That's formal. Click the heels, rather, not the toes.
Yeah, click the heels 3 times and go. Nichts place like a Homan. Nichts place like a Homan. It's not even German. At that point, that's just... Oh my fucking god. Auschwitz doesn't exist. Michael Fassbender destroyed it. We remember the film.
Yes.
Olivia Munn was walking around
That's what happens when
in
he unzips.
Lederhosen.
That's what happens when he unzips.
He destroys
Places get
history.
destroyed.
He's a human ISIS, is that what you're saying? He goes to a
He
place
raped
of historical importance.
He raped Auschwitz, I think is what I'm saying.
But he goes to a place of historical importance and destroys it.
Yeah.
With his masculinity.
Yeah.
Okay.
With his
Human
human
tripod.
tripod. Michael Fassbender.
John Hamm, handsome man.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I know it's a good one. 2 ends on man, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course. I have my fetish, you have yours. Oh, Fassbender and ham. What a sandwich. Hold the pickle.
So yeah, I honestly...
You can't even fathom.
No, because, I mean...
You know there's a
we
sequel.
consider... Yeah, I know there's
So
a
that's
sequel.
important to note.
See, I know there's one Statham film
Yeah?
where he's got some sort of device attached to him. What one's that?
The Transporter 3.
No.
When he's connected to the car, and if he gets out of that car for too long,
Really?
his thing will, his head's, yeah. He's got his handcuffed to the steering wheel, but like with a device. If he gets out of that car for too long, that device will go off, so he's like running around after the car when the car's stolen for a while.
No, there was another one there's 2 of them, I think, at least. And he's got some sort of device on him. Sorry?
Your hair's looking really...
He's
it's
got,
like you just, I don't know, had some fun. And I like to see that off you. Go on.
But he's got he's got some sort of device on him. That's not crank, is it?
I don't know what you mean when you say device.
I don't either.
Like a cock ring.
Could be.
Come on,
I
everybody.
think it's like a device that's supposed to kill him. Or it could kill him. It's annoying me, because I know... And it's on our list of films which are going to be coming soon.
Well, because it's Statham. And you
Yeah.
haven't seen almost any of the Statham movies because you're a bastard.
Yeah.
Which is why we're having Cranksgiving.
Yeah.
Celebrating Jason Statham every year.
So are we rewatching it every year then?
Not for the podcast, but just because it's so good.
Fair enough.
Because these films are so good.
Yeah, honestly.
Why is it an 18? What could you imagine to get it such a high level?
There's going to be a lot of gore, I think.
Gore?
Yeah,
Ooh,
blood.
Blood.
Blood and things going inside of people.
Penetration?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to penetrate people?
Could be sex.
Violence? Rock and roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
Drugs? Language?
Yes.
What kind of language?
Fuck. Fucking hell.
Fucking twat. Or twat.
Yeah.
Will he go American?
Yeah. No.
He'll still be English. East London Chase.
Yeah.
He won't try and do an American accent because he can't do an American accent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds weird when even I try and do an American accent of Jason Statham.
But yeah, I don't know. It's now in 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm. How much of that will be credits?
Probably 5, 6.
Would it be worth checking through the credits?
Well,
if there's a sequel?
No, I wouldn't say so.
No? What do you reckon is going to happen at the end of this film?
10 years old, so they wouldn't have really been...
Ferris Bueller's 30-odd years.
Yeah, I know, but they wouldn't have put in post-credit sequences like Marvel.
Why not?
I don't know, because 10 years ago I don't think they were really at that point.
They did that various times.
Yeah, not as often as they do it now.
Tenacious D, that same year, did a post-credit sequence.
Yeah.
I stayed through it every time I saw it in the cinema. The projectionist did not care for me, knowing they had to stream the entire film and then wait for me to get out before they could clean up, just so I could watch another fart joke. I love that film so much.
Well, maybe. Now you mention it, I'm betting there is.
Maybe I'm trying to push you to make sure you understand there is.
Yeah.
There is. What do you reckon is going to happen? Just some quick predictions. I want your predict again. Give me that predict.
Right, so he's in hospital. I think he's going to wake up in hospital. That's going to be how it starts. He wakes up in the hospital, and it's him trying to find out who he is.
He's got
basically
amnesia.
Yeah. And I think maybe he wakes up in hospital, and they've done something to him.
What, like Spotlight?
Maybe. No, he's too old for Spotlight.
He could be the priest.
He's bald like a baby. So.
Oh, he's hairless.
Yeah.
Not everywhere. Look at my mane.
So yeah, I think
why's he got a gun? What's he going to do? What's his motivation?
I think it's going to be like a Bourne type thing where he remembers how to use guns, and it's going to be Jason Statham's Bourne identity.
That's such a great pitch in its own way.
Yeah.
I would watch that film because we're going to.
Yeah.
For Cranksgiving.
Yep.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Chev fucking Chelios.
My name is Chev Chelios, and today's the day that I die. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I've been poisoned with some kind of Chinese synthetic. You got to do something for me, Doc.
They gave you the Beijing cocktail. It's cutting off your adrenaline. If you stop, you die.
Now, I've got 1 hour to settle the score. Say goodbye to my girl, and go out with a little style. All I have to do is stay alive long enough to make it happen. Juice me.
Clear?
Where's Baron? I don't know where he is.
You're so stressed out. What's the matter?
I need to tell you something. I'm a professional hitman.
If you're gonna break up with me, at least you can tell me the truth.
The unidentified man behind today's mayhem is making his last stand.
My name is Chev Chelios, and today's the day.
Crank! That's the movie. It's all about Jason Statham. His name? Chev Chelios. You didn't remember? Chev Chelios.
That was the film I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was it.
Okay.
Because I always thought of that as the quintessential Statham.
Yes.
Is that right?
I would say it's kind of like it's ultimate.
Yeah.
It's like if it's Statham on steroids.
Yeah.
That more than not just general. It's just like the peak level.
Yeah.
The highest. You know, you go up to the temple of Statham, and if you want to raise yourself beyond whatever L. Ron Hubbard said, Crank is what Tom Cruise is at.
It took him a while.
Safe is more like where John Travolta's at.
It took him a while to figure out that Red Bull was the answer.
Red Bull's always the answer.
Red Bull is always the answer.
Epinephrine.
Yeah.
Epinephrine. Who said epinephrine? Who taught you about epinephrine in the nasal sprays?
His doctor.
No, in the nasal sprays.
Yeah.
Pharmacy.
It was some random.
Yeah, that random guy.
Who was he?
Chester Bennington. I was very excited that Chester Bennington was in that film.
Was he in?
He's the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh, right.
So, 16-year-old me, who was brought up with Linkin Park for the last 5 years, Chester Bennington's in a movie. Oh my god, it's got Jason Statham in it. Oh. My teenage years. Yeah. Chester Bennington, not Dwight Yoakam, as you presumed.
Yeah, for some reason,
my musical tastes were not Dwight Yoakam; they were Linkin Park.
But yeah, no, that was fun. That was high octane.
Do you know who they wanted? Who they wrote the part for originally? Not Jason Statham. I'll give you that.
Is it someone bigger than him?
Yes.
Much bigger?
I would say so.
American?
Yeah.
Bruce Willis?
No. You're leaning too much on the hair as the problem. Think of the hair as the... What the fuck is he doing with the hair this time?
Travolta?
Close.
Oh my god, Cage. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Jeff Chelios. Today's the day I die.
What, and did he turn it down?
He didn't do it. I guess I don't think they could afford him originally. But they really wanted to work with him, so they made Ghost Rider 2.
Which I've not seen.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Because they didn't write it. David Goyer wrote it. David Goyer is rubbish. Whereas Neville Dean Taylor, based on the fact of the two Crank movies, Gamer, underrated, and Pathology, good fun writers.
I am very intrigued as to see how he's going to be in the second film.
Do you want me to give you a little hint of it? Because I wanted you to not see this tagline, the best tagline ever made on a movie.
Okay.
Until you've seen the first one.
Right. He was dead, but he got better. I've seen that before, yeah.
The greatest tagline in human history. Crank 2, high voltage. He was dead, but he got better. Because, spoiler alert, at the end of Crank, as the trailer always said, because the narration was Jason Statham doing some scratch narration for that, was, "My name's Chev Chelios," as he's walking in that slow motion walk in the middle of the end of the film. "And today's the day I die." And they go back into time and work out what's going on.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That's fucking great. It's like, wait, there's stakes already, and then they show all the crazy stuff. It's like, oh my god, this film looks crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It sold me. It sold everyone the Empire trailer. It's like, oh my god, this trailer on the Empire website, this is amazing. It's Jason Statham. Love it.
I love the use of Google Maps.
Mm-hmm. Very cheap, isn't it?
Yes.
Watermark and everything.
Yep. But yeah.
So, basic plot.
Basic plot is he's been injected with something.
He's Chev Chelios. He's a hitman for hire.
He was, but he's
given it all up.
Given it all up.
He did not kill the Asian gang lord.
Yeah.
Who was told to kill.
And he's told him to just stay in hiding for 2 days.
Disappear.
Yeah.
You'll all blow over.
And he so he gets injected with something that basically, if his heart slows down, he's screwed.
If you stop, you die.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I can't remember what it was.
Beijing cocktail.
That was it, yeah. I knew it was a Beijing thing, but...
The Beijing thing. Boy, this sounds racist already. And we haven't even got to some of the racist elements of this movie. Of which there are many.
Oh god, yeah.
That's a significant one.
The Al Qaeda thing just came out of the blue. That was like, oh my god. I can't.
Go back to fucking Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say I can't.
There's a decade between London Has Fallen and Crank, but we've not learnt that good guys who seem to be kind of inherently racist say horrifying things. That is kind of funny, but also very funny, very very horrific.
There was one line
like
which is probably my favourite line in the film. You haven't been tight since your brother fucked you in 3rd grade.
Oh, so sweet. Who said that?
Statham.
Who?
Statham.
Who?
Jason Statham.
Don't know. Chev fucking Chelios?
Yeah.
Chev Chelios.
Chev Chelios.
His name's Chev Chelios.
Jason Statham.
Chev Chelios is the most memorable name you'll ever find. More than John Matrix.
Yeah, no, John Matrix is more memorable.
No, Chev Chelios. It's the alliteration. CC.
Also,
Chev Chelios.
This one was in a mall.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So...
Cranksgiving.
Yeah.
Going into Crack Friday. No, that won't work. So, Chev Chelios is a hitman who's been injected with a serum that will close down all of his blood circulation. He needs to keep his adrenaline up in order to keep his heart pumping.
Yeah.
That's the film. And he keeps his heart pumping and he's going to get revenge.
And it takes, like, how long? About 10-20 minutes for him to finally get some Red Bull in him?
Yep.
Like, once it started, I was like, you need Red Bull, mate. Just get some Red Bull.
No, first off, he has to trash a mall.
Yeah.
And then get his car on 2 wheels on an escalator and then jump out of that car while on the phone.
It's
like Blues Brothers 2000, but good.
Yes, that's what I thought of. Blues Brothers. Oh, God.
R.I.P. John Belushi. R.I.P. Dan Aykroyd as well. That was a horrifying thing to happen. I hope he doesn't die between recording this. Although if he does, I mean, I'm psychic, so here's my 3rd nipple.
But, yeah, it was breathtaking.
It's kinetic.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's a better word. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's mental. Can we talk about the sex scene?
You want to jump straight to sex?
The rape scene, basically.
She's into it.
Oh, yeah, but it takes a while.
It takes a while.
Jesus, I'm like, wait, is she never going to be into it? Because if this is the case, everyone's just watching a rape and...
But it's Chinatown.
Kids are putting their thumbs up.
Forget it, Jason. It's Chinatown.
Yeah, that was strange.
That was erotic,
and then she gives him blue balls later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chev Chelios' blue balls. See-through BBs.
I was waiting for him to say it. I was waiting for him to get out the car. I've got fucking blue balls now. You can't.
Does it look like I've got blue balls written on my ball sack?
I like that. Does it look like I've got cunt written on my forehead and it just pops up?
With a typeface. Simple typeface. Arial. Uncapitalised.
And the
cunt on my forehead. That's just... It's one of those films where it's just like, okay, we've got all this ability. We can edit this film like crazy. We can add all the filters we want. We can shoot a scene and then suddenly go into a fake spotlight when he's doing a big monologue for no reason. It's like, yeah, fuck it, do it. Let's have the sound effects go crazy.
And the subtitles. There was one moment at least.
You talk about the subtitle where the subtitles on the ground, on the floor of the screen, and then suddenly we cut to the reverse shot and it's in
reverse.
Reverse, kind of out of focus.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Been done before. Will be done again.
Yeah.
Always good. Yeah.
When's it been done before?
Austin Powers and Goldmember.
I don't remember seeing it in reverse.
They did it in reverse for the shiitake sequence.
Oh, right. I remember the shiitake sequence.
Yeah, but they did the reverse thing just for that one shot.
Oh, right.
So you have him reading it, and you definitely have him reading it. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, style is the name of the game. Style over substance. It's all about what you can do, not how you should do it. And that's why the story is very simple. It's very dumb.
Yeah.
The writing is very good. Because
it's not bad actually.
It's very good.
Yeah.
The lines are beautifully done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like vulgar modern day Shakespeare. Or if David Lynch were to make a foreign action movie. I think it would be close to that.
I did think of Romeo and Juliet while we were watching this.
So Romeo plus Juliet?
Yeah.
Okay, right. It's a different thing.
Sorry.
First, I remember when Chev's running through the hallways and you see Dwight Yoakam, his doctor, on the phone on the walls.
Yeah,
that
was...
The first time I watched that, the thing that stuck out to me most was it's a bit like Natural Born Killers in that sense.
God, I can't even remember that.
Where Woody Harrelson's in that room and there's like this animal vial, like the snake documentary going on in the background during the snake bite weird drug sequence. It's like, there's like a wall that is just this visual image while he's doing something else, and it's just that kind of thing.
See, for me, I think of Steve Jobs.
I just threw up. I apologise. That was... Oh, don't ever say those words.
Human Tripod Mark Fassbender.
Yeah, but Steve Jobs, Danny Boyle, no thank you.
Yeah, but
No.
it's written by Thingy.
Sorkin wrote a bad screenplay after making 3 seasons of bad TV. Yeah, no.
Come on,
No,
Newsroom was good.
Newsroom's terrible.
I think you should try again.
I gave it 11 episodes. That's way too many.
Out of...
I don't know how many they did in the end, but it was 9 in the second season, and I don't know how many in the third season, but I watched the first season, the first episode of the second season, I was like, no, this didn't get better. This is just shit. And it is just shit.
I like
Great actors.
Yeah.
But not a good film, not a good show. Uninteresting. Smug, self-indulgent. But not in the good way, where it's kind of got a sense of humour to it. It's got like, oh, we're the best thing in the world. No, thank you. The Social Network's his best thing.
I will agree to that. Yes.
Right, we're done with Sorkin. Never need to talk about him again. Although A Few Good Men's really good as well.
A Few Good Men's great. But Social Network is the best film of the last 10 years.
Nope.
Well, of this decade so far.
It's a perfect movie, but it's not the best film.
So far, of this decade.
You realise 9 Lives came out this decade.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so perfect.
But 9 Lives isn't even... It can't go into the list. It goes past the list. It's in its own list.
But I believe the children of the future. Make them proud and let them lead the way. With all the beauty that's deep inside.
I don't know
Crank.
the words. Crank.
Whitney Houston performs Crank, the musical.
My
name's Jeff Chelios.
Speaking of musical, or music, the music in Crank is not what I expected.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
What's the song that's playing when he's on the motorbike, on the police bike?
Everybody's talking at me.
That was strange.
I can't hear a word they're saying.
Yeah. Only the echoes of my mind. Yeah. If you'd asked me to make a soundtrack for Crank, I wouldn't have put that in there.
I think you'll find Crank 2 will be the version you'll expect.
Oh, really?
Composed by Mike Patton of Faith No More. Exactly. You're looking at me completely confused. But when you hear it, you'll be like, yeah, that sounds like Crank. That sounds exactly what I'd expect from a Crank. No, it's a kind of weird soundtrack, but it's all soundtrack as well. Well, almost. There's a couple of moments where there's no dialogue, where there's no music, and it's kind of telling. But it's like a video game.
Yeah.
It changes in the moment all the time.
Yeah.
It's all like a video game.
I mean, for the most part...
It's GTA, the movie.
Yeah.
More than Grand Theft Auto, the Ron Howard movie was. Because that came out like decades before the game started, so...
For the most part, the soundtrack is pretty good. It's like rock and it's what you expect, but...
Grungy, hard, edgy guitars.
But just that one in particular, at least.
That one when he's just on a bike in a hospital gown with a gigantic hard on a police bike he's stolen, and the sun, the afternoon sun of Los Angeles, full of adrenaline, full of epinephrine.
I like that. Just injecting the entire syringe of epinephrine.
How much did the doctor say?
and then it's just like, what was it he said again?
And then suddenly you see the lift floor numbers. 10,
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you notice... Do you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay, well, that's not as relevant to you. Yeah, I forgot that when you were looking at the pictures of the guys in the Blu-ray, there...
Right.
That guy there. Co-creator.
Right.
Star of the show.
Oh, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen about season 1 and a half of season 2, I think.
Are you TV mad?
I can be.
Well, you should be.
Depending on the show.
Well, that's the show to go for.
Yeah, it's like 10 seasons, so yeah.
Yes, but they're quite good, like 13 episodes.
Because the new series of Gilmore Girls is out this month.
But the new season of Always Sunny will start, next year. January.
Oh, enough time.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot to... It's great.
It is, what I've seen is pretty fun.
No, it's great.
It's nice little 20-minute episodes.
It is legitimately beyond the first 2 seasons finds itself, and then it's great.
Yeah. Alright.
One of all-time TV greats.
I want to hit the Nightman Dayman episode.
Dayman.
Dayman.
Fighter of the Night Man.
Yeah, that was it. I know it.
Champion of the Sun.
Yeah. But I haven't seen it. And I don't know the context, so it's... But yeah, Crank. Yeah.
The troll told to get into the boys' hole. You'll get that when you get that. You'll have fun with it. Crank is...
Damn good fun.
Crank is...
High octane. It's... I've said that a few times now.
Crank is...
Amazing.
Crank is...
I don't know. No, it's
You're flabbergasted.
breathtaking. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. It's flabbergasting. Speechless. Yeah.
It's violent.
It's violent.
The extended version, could you tell?
Right.
There's one sequence.
Is it the hand getting chopped off?
No. That was one of the promo clips they put out there.
Is it the sex?
No. Oh gosh, no, that was one of the most important parts of the film.
I was thinking that. I don't know.
Once Amy Smart and Jason Statham have got away from the bad guys in the car,
right,
he gets out and he shoots them. And then he walks back.
Yeah.
They drive off. They get to a hardware store. And then he hammers some nails into his knee. That bit. The contemplation of being a hitman.
Right.
And, just killing people. And then hammering stuff into his leg because he can't feel anything. Those are the bits that weren't in the film.
Were they cut?
Yeah. They were shot properly and everything. So they were cut towards the tail end when they're clearly thinking, this is getting a bit too long.
BBFC didn't cut it?
No.
Okay.
It's more of like, it's getting too long, this stuff isn't as necessary as the rest of it.
Right, fair enough.
But it's a good shot of just having this stuff going into his knee.
I didn't see... Yeah, I did notice that the nails weren't there anymore.
Yeah. When he's in the doctors, you see the bloody... When he's at the doctors in the next scene, getting all that epinephrine into him, you see there's bloody marks on his leg.
Yeah.
So you've got continuity going there, just to make sure.
Yeah. But I mean, you see him walking away from the hardware store, don't you?
No, they cut straight from him
so
doing that to he's sitting there, you get a phone call from the doctor saying, I'm back now, and then boom.
Oh, right.
She's watching TV with chocolate. And he's there with the doctor.
Yeah. Chocolate. God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you won't forget it by Crank 2.
Oh, really? Does she make another appearance?
You'll be surprised at how many characters you love from this film find a way to return. Chef Chelios, who may have been dead, but he finds a way to return in the sequel. A lot of people find a way to return to the sequel.
I like that ending. So I hope that Crank 2 doesn't destroy the ending.
I don't think it does myself. I think personally it improves everything.
Alright.
It tells the story well. It finds a really good way of continuing the Chef Chelios narrative.
I'm intrigued.
And sets up, the third one so perfectly.
I'm looking forward to next week now.
But what else can we talk about with Crank?
I know.
Because we haven't even talked about, the brother, the hand chopping off.
Yeah.
The weird best friend who's a dancer.
Yeah,
guy.
That was a bit... I did like the split screens. Remind me of 24 a bit.
We didn't even mention Al Qaeda.
We did.
We briefly mentioned. We don't even give the context for that sequence. That's the thing. That's what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, that was so out of the blue. So he gets a taxi, and then
he goes to his former boss's place.
Yeah.
His penthouse.
Jumps in the swimming pool. Gets all soaking wet, and taxi driver says,
"You're not coming into my cab. We're all wet. You can't come into my cab if you're all wet."
And then he drags him out.
Drags him out of the cab.
He says,
throws him on the ground.
And he goes, Al
Qaeda. And then...
And everyone breaks his legs.
Old women grab onto him, break his legs, smash him with their canes, and Chef Chelios gets in the car and drives off.
It's interesting commentary on the world today.
Well, the world of 10 years ago. We've changed now.
Years.
It's ISIS.
Yeah.
Fuckheadistan. Fuckheadistan.
Yeah.
Headfuckistan.
Headfuckistan.
Yeah, no, that's Scientology. Shit. Dave Miscavige, I'm sorry. I've got a toothbrush. I will clean every toilet you ask me. I'm so sorry, sir. Praise Xena.
But yeah, it was...
It is. Life.
It is not as gory as I was expecting.
Well, it's an action film.
Yeah.
But it's an extreme action film. The stuff they go through is over the top graphically and conceptually.
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing.
I did like the car chase where he just shoots out the window and to the car next to him.
Without looking.
Yeah.
Whilst getting a blowjob.
Yeah.
We can try that later on.
Multitasking.
Yeah, Jason Statham. Sorry, Chef Chelios. But I assume Jason Statham as a human being as well. He's pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah.
He can shoot loads and then not shoot at the same time. Like rubbing your head and patting your belly. That's what he was doing. He was shooting and not. It was Schrodinger's cum.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think we've just reached peak podcast.
I loved as well how she was like, "Where are we?" He goes, "Oh, we're in Chinatown." Oh, well, now I'm horny.
No, they have a conversation first, and then once she's running away from him because she thinks he's breaking up with her.
Right.
Then he does the all that.
No, yeah. Sorry, I meant later on after that. After they've had that.
Oh, okay, right.
Sexy,
Sorry.
when they're in the car, and just before she's about to give him a blowjob, she goes, "Where are we?" And he's like, "Oh, we're in Chinatown."
Does he?
Yeah, and she bites her lip, and she's like, "Oh," and then just like, really.
That's not what happened.
Yeah. In the car.
Yeah, in the car.
He mentions Chinatown. I'm sure he does.
He doesn't.
I'm sure he did.
No, he's like, well, I'm faded here. She goes, oh, I've got an idea. Bites her lip. Has a thing, watches him.
I was sure he said.
Down.
I was sure he said Chinatown.
Forget it, Johnny. How many times are we going to do that? Yeah. So. Ultimately, at the end of the first half of Cranksgiving, are you movie mad for the franchise of Crank?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Positivity coming out of him. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm totally up for next week now. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I hope.
Do you think they can improve?
I hope it's 10 times crazier.
You reckon they can do that?
It's going to be tough, but I have faith.
Gotta have faith.
Faith. Gotta have faith.
Baby.
But yeah, I'm definitely moving mad for Crank.
Chef fucking Chelios got you again. Yeah. Crank!
Yeah.
Pass the crankberry sauce. It's time to have the cranky. That's a turkey, but
shall we give them a hint as to what the next week's one is?
Yeah,
they won't be able to guess. But
next week's film is going to be another in the Crank franchise.
Yeah. Have a guess which one?
Yeah. Just spin the dial, figure it out. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll get through all of them.
Yeah.
I think by the end of the next couple of months of podcast, we'll get through every Crank movie ever made. That's a pretty solid bet. So good luck figuring out which one you're going to do. But for now, Johnny.
Yes.
If they want to harass you online,
I'm on Twitter at movie_mad.
Cool.
I'm on Instagram at movie_mad.
Less cool.
I also write for Red Carpet News TV.
No one cares about that, so that's fine.
No one does. And well, you can find both of us.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Andrew and Johnny?
Yes.
Oh.
At
weirdos.
movie_mad on Twitter and on Instagram.
Right.
And
what do we do on Instagram? We're a podcast, not a picture.
Well,
thing.
I don't want to spoil anything, but we do pictures.
Do we?
Yeah.
Are they erotic?
Sometimes.
Ooh, I'm excited to look at these. Chinatown.
And you can email us at areyoumoviemad@hotmail.com.
What can we email you about?
Anything and everything.
Just
the meaning of life.
Late night thoughts.
Recipes.
I've got no other ideas except late night thoughts because it's late night and I'm having thoughts.
And
I'm thinking of an erotic Instagram account, so that's good.
We're also on Facebook.
Are we?
Yes, we are, apparently.
That seems
Are You
inconvenient.
Movie Mad podcast? Is that right?
No.
Are You Movie Mad?
Are You Movie Mad? Simple as. Got it.
And we're on the Podnose Network.
We are.
What's the Podnose Network?
It's Britain's leading independent podcast network with great shows across the board, all produced within this country, for the most part, with great ideas of pop culture and film and cinema and TV in mind, just to really get out in the nerd culture.
And where can people find you?
They can find me anywhere that their heart desires. At the family dinner table this Cranksgiving, you'll find Jason Statham as Chef Chelios and his best friend Andrew Jones sitting at the table.
What about on Twitter?
Oh, at Ethan Rudd. Sorry. Yeah, I understand. But that's all they can find me at. You can't find me anywhere else. I'm nowhere else. I'm a ninja. More like a nunja. Speed Racer.
Is that coming soon?
That is coming soon.
That's coming soon.
The Speed Racer's 2.25 hours of great children's film.
2.25 hours?
It's a children's film at 2.25 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Wachowskis. Those girls can certainly make a film go long. Do you know The Matrix is 2.25 hours, right?
That's understandable.
But it doesn't feel like it whatsoever.
Yeah.
You watch it and think, how is this 2.25 hours? Wait, we're already 50 minutes in. How has that happened? We've barely met Mouse.
Yeah.
When do we get to meet Cypher? Or Switch and APARC? Not Tank and Dozer. Tank and Dozer! R.I.P. Tank and Dozer.
I haven't seen that in
R.I.P.
years.
Switch and APARC. Not like this. Not like this. And Mouse. He was the best of them all. Did you see the little girl in the red dress? That was his design.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. I need to rewatch that trilogy.
No, just need to rewatch the first one. There's only one.
Yeah.
And there's a decent game outside of that called Enter the Matrix, which is only decent if you have the cheat codes.
What about the Animatrix?
Fuck you,
No?
don't ever bring that up again.
Not good?
Not in this dojo.
Hmm.
This is a dojo created in my simulation of the Matrix.
Alright.
Because I know what shit, and it's the Animatrix. So in my simulation of the Matrix, the Animatrix doesn't exist, because fuck that shit.
Fair enough.
Cranksgiving, everybody! We always have family arguments.
Cranksgiving.
Cranksgiving. Merry
Join
Crankmas.
us next week for the finale.
For the next half of Crank, the Chevchelio story. We learn what happened to his parents and how his musical career began. My name's Crank and I'm here to say it's fun to rap. I've got adrenaline in my heart. Oh fuck, I'm dead. Can't.
That could very well happen. I don't know.
At
what
this
to
point in the
expect.
franchise,
Yeah.
it is open for anything.
Yeah.
Just like me. A ring a ding ding. Alright, I think it's time to go.
Okie. Well, see you next week for Cranksgiving 2. Cranksgivinger.
That is the. I was really hoping you would nail, into my leg a great subtitle, and you have failed unequivocally to provide a solid Crank 2 or Cranksgiving 2. Oh, don't do the boogaloo. Cranksgiving 2. We'll get it, guys. Cranksgiving 2.
I don't know. High voltage.
No, I mean that's just Crank 2. Don't succumb to that. Cranksgiving 2.
Go on.
And a crank to remember crank. And a fair to remember. And a crank to remember crank. No?
No, well. Sure.
A cranking crank 3D crankmas. That's a very Howard and Kumar 3D Christmas, just crankified. The crackination of Cranky Cranes by the Crankford Fraud.
This could go on for hours.
Well, it will. It will. Let's see. What else is
God.
popular? Give me a great film. Come on. What's one of your favourite of the Crank films? Crank the Line? You like Crank the Line?
I saw the Crank.
Hang on a second. Let's go back to Crank the Line. What happens in that?
Crank the Line?
Yeah. Love! It's a perfect ring!
It's a burning thing.
I don't understand the words. I'm dying here. We need adrenaline.
It's love is a burning love.
I don't understand Johnny Cash.
Burning thing.
I'm Chevchellios.
And it makes
and
a
I'm
fiery
dead.
ring. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went
Spotlight.
wild. Spotlight.
Oh my god.
It's always Spotlight.
What is wrong with Crank? He's such a spotlight man.
Yep.
It's the spotlight himself. You'd love a man who would sing something like that. Really?
Yeah.
You think Cash is fine saying that kind of
As
perversion?
long as there's cash involved.
Why are you smiling at me like that? It's a great ending. We've got to end a podcast properly now. Come on.
Join us next week.
No. Let's get him out with a laugh. Your face.
Oh.
Boom! Oh, I'm bringing it now. Come on. Give me a rap. Give me a beat.
Were you jealous watching Crank? Because he had a heart and you don't.
It's been a month and you're still really hurting me on that one. That seems really unfair.
You said you wanted to end on a high note.
No, you're hurting me. You're stabbing me in the knee. I can feel it. I'm not Chef Chelios. That hurts.
I'm just trying to help you not be. I'm trying to help you become Chef Chelios.
I will never become Chef Chelios.
The more I stab you in the knee, the more.
It feels like you're just trying to feel it. But sometimes you don't stab me in the knee. Sometimes you stab me in the back. You and your friends, and you say this is for the glory of Rome, and this one's really inappropriate and inauthentic. Quite frankly, it's not period. It's very important to note. The in-jokes between us is going to make a good listening for anyone who's not us.
Basically.
And for anyone who never sat through Dad's Army / the 4 months of trailers of Dad's Army prior.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh, I remember that this time last year. They were getting ready to give us the phone warning thing. It started in December, really, but...
Wow.
You know, it's tail end of November at this point.
They were filming it.
Well, they...
Took a couple of months to film.
It took... Yeah, they started filming, like a year and a bit ago? The entire film?
No, I mean just the advert.
No, the advert was like the first thing they shot. And then 2 months later, once they got the funding from that advert to make the film. That was like the 10th thing.
That was the demo reel.
Yeah, that was the short film. They submitted that to festivals. It was just Toby Jones getting annoyed.
I saw it at Fright Fest.
It won the Golden Lion at Venice. It was huge. You know, Toronto edited up. Tell your ride. Said tell everybody.
See, now you know what to watch during the week while you wait for the next podcast.
Just Dad's Army. Forever.
Over and over again.
How does it end?
See how it was. See how it felt for us.
How does that film end?
Oh, with the exact same thing we've been trailed with.
But before that, no, how does the film end before we get to the outtakes? Do you remember how it ends?
I can't even remember.
After we have all the cast on their various things, we then have Catherine Zeta-Jones, and then we cut to reversal of Catherine Zeta-Jones as she walks, freeze frame on, and it says the end on her bum.
Oh God,
remember?
I forgot about that.
No, you must never forget. Does it say...
Did it have a question mark on it?
Yes.
It did?
It probably did.
Probably did.
But it doesn't look like she had cunt written on her forehead.
Yeah, that's what she was missing.
She had the end on her rear. She put it all on her rear view. By rear view, I mean her bum.
See, now that's a good way to end the podcast, with the end on our rear.
Okay, I'll tattoo it on 1 second.
I mean...
Do you want to bend over?
What?
Oh, we can't do it both at the same time. That's going to be really awkward. One of us has to go first.
Alright.
I'm tattooing it on you first.
Okay.
Done.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, I just did it in my handwriting. You can't read it.
Yeah, I'll press mine against yours and...
Okay, 1 second.
There you are.
Yeah, nice. It's like a... I have to look in the mirror if I want to see it, though.
Well, how else are you going to see
Oh,
it?
but when you look in the mirror, you'll be accurate. Oh.
Yeah. So you get the better version.
I messed up your tattoo for life. I win! I win Cranksmas! Are You Movie Mad is part of the Podnose Network, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. Produced and edited by Andrew Jones, executive producer George Grimwood. To find out more about Podnose's network, go to www.podnose.com.